Mula sa Asian Community Development Council, ito ang FILAM in Focus. Mondays at 12 noon, right here on PHLV Radio.
Good day, everyone. Welcome to FILAM in Focus, a program by the Asian Community Development Council, or ACDC. Here, we shine a light on critical issues, uplifting stories, and exciting opportunities shaping the Filipino-American experience. Ako po ang inyong host, Edelweiss Solano. In this episode, we're diving into a topic that impacts us all, lalong-lalo na at parating na ang summer. So it is how we can keep our homes cooler and our energy bills lower this summer, all while protecting our environment. So joining me are two hardworking team members from an amazing organization, One APIA Nevada, or OAN, a 501c4 grassroots nonprofit committed to building the civic power of Nevada's growing Asian Pacific Islander American community. One API Nevada is also a proud sister organization of the Asian Community Development Council. So welcome, Jennifer.
Hi, I'm Jennifer. Thank you for having me.
And Shireen.
Hi, magandang hapon po. My name is Shireen Lumibao. I'm a Filipino community organizer for OAN.
Well, thank you both for joining us. And Jennifer, let's start with you. Can you tell us more about OAN?
Hi, so thank you for the introduction earlier. We do year-round advocacy by registering people to vote, educating the public on the legislative process, and getting the community involved culturally and civically through community events. Because civic participation is more than just voting. It's meeting your legislators, keeping up with state policy, and having conversations with our families and friends about how we can build up our civic power and so our communities can get the resources that they need.
Well, thank you, Jennifer. I know we work a lot with OAN, so I know that you're doing amazing things for our community. So, Shireen, we just wrapped up Earth Day. And can you tell why it matters, especially here in Nevada?
Yeah, so we just celebrated Earth Day this past week. So we wanted to highlight the importance of protecting our environment and empowering our communities to take action for a healthier and more sustainable future. Like we all know, summer is around the corner, so we know how brutal it can get here in Vegas, like over 110 sometimes, or 120 even. And people try their best to stay cool, but it's pretty hard because those temperatures do go up over 100 degrees. And as we look ahead, it's important to think about how we can protect our health and create safer homes for our community.
Well, yes, absolutely, Shireen. I know Vegas summer, you're so right. So intense and brutal. So it's not just about comfort, but also ensuring that our communities are safe, and especially those who are the seniors. And,
right.
Yeah. So Jennifer, going back to you, rising temperatures are becoming the norm. So can you tell us more about the extreme effects of extreme heat and how it impacts our community, and what can we do to combat the summer heat?
Yes, absolutely. So there are serious health risks when it comes to rising temperatures, from heat exhaustion, heat strokes, strain on the heart and lungs. And rising temperatures also mean rising costs as well. One of our community members mentioned that last summer, when temperatures hit 120 degrees, they looked at their energy bill and thought, this is just way too much. They were running the AC basically nonstop because it was unsafe not to do so, and the cost just kept rising. So this really tells us that our community needs more than just cost-saving solutions. They need health solutions as well that can really make a difference for families who may have elderly family members, young infants, and also members who are just vulnerable to these conditions. So there are ways to do that with the help of the clean energy tax incentives through the Inflation Reduction Act.
Oh, let's dig deeper into that, Jennifer. So, can you tell us more about the Clean Energy Tax Incentive through the Inflation Reduction Act?
Yes, so the Inflation Reduction Act was signed into law in 2022 to help lower inflation, reduce healthcare costs, and also invest in clean energy. So the clean energy portion of this law will help cut down carbon emissions and improve our climate as well. So this law, what it will do is it provides tax credits to help Nevada families lower their energy bills, weatherize their home affordably, and stay safe during extreme weather.
I see. So families here in Nevada, that means tax credits and financial incentives for things like improving the home in terms of insulation, like installing energy for energy efficient
Yes, that's
AC
right.
units, and also switching to electric vehicles. And all of these upgrades, as you said, can lower really the monthly energy bills of our communities here in Nevada and making it more comfortable, especially during summer. And speaking of that, climate experts often cite that climate change disproportionately impacts minority communities. So, Shireen, can you share us the specific ways on how the AA and HPI community may be especially the vulnerable to the health and financial impacts?
Yeah, so as we all know, a lot of ANHPI families are multi-generational and they live under one roof. Like personally for me, yung pamilya ko po, like 10 to 11 people like in our house. So as like the number of the people in the households go up, also the utility bills go up as well. And a lot of people, especially in the Filipino community, are in healthcare or like shift-based jobs. And this means that energy is used often during peak hours when electricity costs are higher. And a lot of families face also language barriers. So even with the discounts and the tax credits and all that stuff, these upgrades can feel out of reach for them. Maybe because they haven't been educated on it, or maybe they haven't been, they just don't know about it. It's important to make this information accessible to and remind everyone that there are ways to save money in the long run.
I see. So, katulad ng sinabi mo, language barriers, and especially those information, it's hard to understand, but if it's in a language that they understand,
it'll be better.
Oh, that's good. And then, Jennifer, let's break it down. What specific savings are available through these programs?
Yeah, so Nevada families can get up to $1,200 for home improvements, like you just mentioned earlier. So that will be things like new doors, new windows, and insulation. People can also get 30% off or up to $600 for energy efficient central air conditioners. And if anybody wants to switch to an electric vehicle, they can get $7,500 towards purchasing a new car or $4,000 towards a used one. And there are also home energy audits as well. So if anybody wants to find out what kind of upgrades they can make to their home, they can find out through this audit. So you're not stuck with old cooling system, bad insulation that leaks air, or windows that don't keep the heat in. And that will actually drive up your energy bills.
Wow, these aren't just savings. They're investments in your home. But how can our audience be able to avail of these savings?
Yes, so these will be upfront, or they can file tax credits. So we really recommend everyone to check out rewiringamerica.org to check out their incentive calculator, because everybody have different needs, and these calculators will help tailor and tell you what benefits you can get just through your input.
Oh, sure. Thank you, Jennifer, for sharing that. I should check out that website. And so I could save also for myself. And then just to keep the energy going, Shireen, what would you like our audience to take away from today's episode?
Yeah, so clean energy isn't just about the environment. It's about saving money. It's about improving air quality. And it's also keeping our home safe all year round. And it's also making sure that our families don't have to choose between the air conditioner when it's really hot outside or when it's really cold outside, or paying an electric bill that they can actually afford. It's also about protecting our elders, our infants, our young children, and people with health conditions that can't take extreme temperatures very well. And we want programs like this to be able to help us get there, and we also want to hope that our communities will take advantage of these resources that are available now. And we also want to mention that we do have 2 events coming up relating to clean energy. So the first one is going to be on May 4th. It is a community biking event here in Las Vegas, and we also have one on May 23rd, which is a personalized coffee brewing event at Bottega Exchange. And if you want, you can check out these events at One APIA Nevada.org/events, and these programs are already making a difference for Nevadans, and they're here to help you too.
So, again, Jennifer, invite our listeners and viewers to the upcoming events.
Yeah, sure. So make sure that we see you there at the biking event and also our coffee brew event. These 2 events, they're not just fun and engaging, but they're also about like learning the tax benefits that we talked about earlier. So you can do 2 things at once. If you would like to sign up, please go to oneapianevada.org/events, and you can find all of our upcoming events for the future.
Wow, so it's not just a fun event, but you also learn about
Right.
those things. And that brings us to the end of this episode of FILAM in Focus. A big thank you again, Shireen and
Thank you.
Jennifer
Thank
from
you.
One APIA Nevada for sharing their knowledge with us. As we head into the summer months, let's remember clean energy isn't just about going green. It's about saving money, protecting our families, and building a healthier future for our communities here in Nevada. If you'd like to learn more or get involved, be sure to visit oneapianevada.org/events to check out their upcoming community events on May 4th and May 23rd. Also, if you want to learn more about how your family can save money with clean energy tax credits, visit rewiring.org and check out the incentive calculator for your household. And thank you to our listeners and viewers for tuning in to this episode of FILAM in Focus, a program by the Asian Community Development Council. So for more information about ACDC, be sure to follow us at our website at acdcnv.org and follow us on all our social media channels. Ingat and stay cool. Hanggat sa muli.